Okay, here's another follow-up. So engine oil is done. So with this gearbox, engine oil's done. I'll talk to you about that here shortly. Gearbox. So the drain is, that's right, that bolt or drain screw right there. That's the drain. That's the fill. So to start off with this gearbox, open up the fill, then drain it out from the drain. The drain is, let me see if I can get under here. That's the drain right there, and I believe it's a 13 mil. This is a 17 mil, the fill. So remove the fill plug. Obviously, a little bit might come out, and then drain it out. The engine should have been run around the block, perhaps. Wheels moving, gearbox moving, so it's nice and warm. Drain it all out, put the bottom one in, and fill it up to the fill hole, and then reinstall the plug. It's just that easy. This is the second half of this bottle that I was using. Problem was I couldn't really get the nipple into the hole without losing the little bit of oil I had left. So I took a piece of 1/4-inch fuel line, stuck it on the nipple, and it gave me the flexibility to stick it in. And that's really easy. If you can change the gear oil in the lower unit of an outboard, you're set for that too. So gearbox is easy. Engine oil, much like a car, pull the dipstick out and pull the drain, let it drain of oil, and then do your engine oil filter. The one thing the kit didn't have is the drain for the gearbox. Actually, it's a copper washer too, so I used the one copper washer on the engine oil and reused the copper washer on the gearbox. The kit doesn't come with 2 copper washers. And the fill for the gearbox has a rubber washer rather than a metal washer, so I reused that rubber washer. In the change kit, it comes with an aluminum washer. I'm assuming it's for another model, like a 650, pardon me, like a 650 or an 850 or 1000. The oil change kit is basically for 500cc engines and up. So I hope that's the issue. I would like to replace both copper washers and that rubber seal, but I'm only working with what I've got. Here's the engine oil filter. It clearly was quite dirty. The engine oil itself still had really good translucence to it. You could see through it. So much so that I was kind of actually wondering if I should be changing the engine oil. It's only got 50 hours on it, but it has been a year. And having said that, looking at this oil filter, it was a year, it was time. So this is a Rotax. The numbers on it are RBX339, and below that I think it's the lot number, which is lot number 0591859. I'm not sure if there's an aftermarket oil filter for these. If there is, please let me know in the comments below. But this is a Rotax RBX339. All the oil. I'm sure Shell Rotella full synthetic is an excellent oil. This bike is still under warranty, so I'm using the XPS lubricants and buying it from the dealer still, just to be on the safe side, because if something goes wrong, I don't want a finger pointed at anyone other than a warranty claim through the manufacturer. So, engine oil's done, gearbox is done. I'm going to let it run for a few minutes, and then I'm going to check the oil. It's going to put some oil through the engine oil filter, and then I'll probably top up the oil. And I'm looking at the time. It feels like it's time for a swim. So I'm going to do the rear diff and the front diff another day, which those should be easy, but I have a feeling I'm going to need to use some old fuel line, pardon me, fresh fuel line. It's been sitting around here, never used, and not in dust. Some fuel line on the nipples so that I can get a good angle and a good fill on those. Before I do the rear, I need some more oil. So, see how this goes, and then the wonderful chore of putting plastics back on. So, I can give plastics a 2 thumbs down because it's just a pain in the butt to service the bike, but whatever.